Let's talk about my weekend van life. I've probably spent more time out of the van this weekend or this week and weekend than I have before because there's been a host of problems, none of which are impossible to overcome, but all of which are inconveniencing. Sorry for the mess. This has been my workshop, so excuse me, I'll be going by the trash can and going by storage to unload some stuff. Ah, boy, this has not been a good week. In any case, let's go around to the other side. The problems were basically that things were breaking everywhere. And I mean, not breaking as in I'm beating it up against a wall or falling off of a shelf or anything like that, but beating as in that the wiring. I had to redo the wiring, so it's still laying on the floor. Over here, what have I done here? Okay, over here, I had to buy a new monitor for the 4 cameras I have around here. That channel 4 is off over here, but that's an easy enough issue to resolve. That one is connected inside the cab of the vehicle, so it pulls it loose every now and then. So I have to before I use that. It's a much better picture, by the way, than it was before. And by the way, my solar controller died. It's in here. It's the red one in here. I had to put the old one back. I really don't regret that because buying the new one was a mistake. It just does not have, I like to see my power. With the red one, I had to get in the corner, I had to look, I never was quite sure. I do like the smiley face deal on this. My life is too complicated to make anything more complicated than it needs to be. And forget the wiring mess. I've got to put this back together again because I've been working on this all weekend. And one of our problems is that stupid fan up there. I bought the cheap fan, and I had to buy the more expensive Maxxfan fan. It's just in summer, it's just an intolerable situation up there. It's all dusty, by the way. It's an intolerable situation. I've got to have a fan that will exhaust and a fan that will suck air from the outside in, because everything I've got that made this thing stealthy also makes it a hot box. You ever seen the old prison movies where they put a guy out in the middle of an empty courtyard and put him in a box in order to punish him? That's basically what I've got here, unless I have ventilation, and that is not sufficient. So I will be changing that out for the new one that's currently in the back, or a small garage section that I have left of the van. So I'm going to be doing that. Initially, what I've got to do is get all the pieces together I need to get it done. I've even got up here, I think I bought a little trowel to help me scrape off all of the adhesive up there to when I need to take the old fan off. Hopefully the new fan, also being a Maxxfan, and is going to be able to use the same screw holes, and I don't have to honeycomb my roof anymore, and I already have to get that up. So that's a good thing. This is moderately later. I drove over to my storage facility, and I took a bunch of crap out of the small garage area I have left in my van. And I took this out of the garage, this Maxxfan, and put it up front. I had to put the step ladder in the back. So now I need to get some opportunity to get up on top of this thing, remove that old fan with fewer features, and put this one on. Hopefully this will help me a little bit during the summer. So now I got to figure out times to do this. By the way, I never think I ever showed you this. Of course, this is junk, but down here I have this tall alpha drawer. I have it anchored to the floor here and to the floor on the other side. I have a small anchor to this wall, but I'm not trying to put any burden on this wall. So I'm really got this thing suspended where it'll stand straight up, and so far I've been driving with it. I'm using these plastic pulls here. I could get some more slack out because they will over time begin to bend a little bit. And I think I'm going to put one more here. I've got this what do you call these things? Anyway, this cable thing here, I might put that in. Alright, I took a slightly longer lunch than I had planned, and I did get the updated fan, the Maxxfan up. I removed the cheap one I had, so now I can get exhaust as well as blow in, which is important in the summer because even with an air conditioner, it'd be helpful if I could get the hot air out. And on days when it's rainy and I've got this thing boxed in so much, it'll be nice if I can get some cool air in. So right now it is in, and it is ready to go, I believe. I did start it up, I lifted it up, everything is running, so that's my first step to handling this horrible summer that's beginning. And the thing is, it's not going to be unusual. There'll be many more summers to come if I'm still in this van.